Paul Pelosi, the only guy that knows how I felt. All right? Just me and you, Paul. Just me and you, babe.
As if the comedy special roast wasn't enough, Chris Rock unleashed his comedic demon once again on Will Smith at the Mark Twain Prize Gala. If y'all tuned in for the Netflix special, Selective Outrage, you'd know that Chris is someone that should not be messed with. The event overall was one big show. For Will Smith. For Chris, it was a major success, of course. Rock took shots at Will that led the audience to burst out laughing, leaving Will with second-degree burns, that's for sure. And it seems like this is only the beginning of Chris's evil plan to destroy Will Smith once and for all. Just recently, Chris went in on him again. And this time, there was no Netflix production team behind the curtains to stop him. I mean, the man literally compared the slap at the Oscars to the traumatic assault on Paul Pelosi. My man has no shame, that's for sure. As always, before we get into it, make sure to give us a like and subscribe to the channel so we can keep you in the loop. All our content is free, so any support goes a long way, no matter how big or small. Let me tell you, Chris Rock is still not over that slap from Will Smith at the 2022 Oscars. At the Kennedy Center Honors, he could just not resist bringing up the whole thing again. He joked about it during his toast to Adam Sandler, comparing it to the horrible attack on Nancy Pelosi's husband. If you didn't know, Nancy's husband, Paul, was beaten with a hammer during a home invasion. He said as his starting line,
Paul Pelosi, the only guy that knows how I felt. All right? Just me and you, Paul.
At least Pelosi laughed at his joke, but whoa. All of us know Chris is one of the funniest comedians out there, but that joke? Well, it was a little too much for some people. I mean, we're talking about a serious and violent crime here, and Chris somehow managed to find a way to relate it to Will's slap. But let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he was just trying to make light of a serious situation. Or maybe he was just trying to take another jab at Will. Probably the latter. And Pelosi laughed at it, so who are we to be pissed at Rock for making that joke? All we can say is that Chris is definitely not one to hold back, and he always finds a way to surprise us with his comedy. Whether you find his joke funny or not, you gotta admit, he knows how to get people talking. It seems like Chris still holds a grudge against Will, and who could blame him? I mean, being publicly slapped like that is no joke. You can tell that it still stings him to this day, and he couldn't resist making another jab at Will when he had the chance. It's not just Chris, but his whole family, including Tony Rock, who's holding a grudge. Tony Rock even spilled the tea.
I think 2 nights later, he said, I reached out to Chris and he didn't want to talk. That wasn't true.
Seriously, what on earth? Plus the fact that Chris brought it up while toasting someone else shows just how much it's still on his mind. He's using any opportunity to throw shade at Will and make sure everyone knows how he feels about what happened. But hey, at least he's using his humor to cope with the whole thing. And let's be real, it's not like Will hasn't had his fair share of controversy lately. Maybe it's karma coming back around for him. And if that's not enough drama for you, Chris also threw some serious shade at the Oscars for snubbing Sandler's incredible performance in Uncut Gems. He even went as far as calling them
The Oscars are, they're those.
All right, Chris. About time someone called them out for their lack of recognition for talented actors like Sandler. Plus, I get why he's so pissed at the Oscars. I mean, Rock's brother talked in a podcast about how he thought that they should have shut down the show after his brother got slapped. And when that didn't happen, he was super disappointed. Maybe Chris agrees with Tony's sentiments. Now, some might argue that, the Oscars banned Will, but some people say that they could have done more to show their solidarity and support for Rock in all of this shenanigans. In the end, Chris, being a good friend, didn't make it all about himself. He made it clear that Sandler deserved all the recognition and praise for his outstanding performance in the Safdie brothers film. This isn't the first time he's gone all crazy on Will Smith. I mean, Rock kept his cool for a long time, and now it looks like he's done being quiet. Every time he jumps on a stage, he's talking about that slap. And hey, I don't really blame him. He was all hush-hush about it for way too long. Oh, and for those of you who missed it, Chris Rock's comedy special was hilarious. He did not hold back when it came to throwing shade at Will Smith and his wife, Jada Pinkett Smith. When he brought up the infamous slap incident at last year's Oscars, he had some choice words for the Hollywood power couple and their marriage problems. During his performance, Rock called out
Will Smith practices selective outrage,
suggesting that he only reacted strongly to the slap incident because of his personal connection to it. But did Chris stop there? Nah. He went on to bring up the rumors about Jada's alleged affair with her son's friend, which had been all over the internet. Rock said,
I normally would not talk about this, but for some reason these put that on the internet.
He also mentioned that
We all been cheated on. Everybody in here been cheated on. She hurt him way more than he hurt me.
that was a mic drop moment. While this gossip is pretty juicy, Rock didn't stop there. He also addressed the physical pain he endured from Smith's slap, saying,
But I'm not a victim, baby. You will never see me on Oprah or Gayle crying. You will never see it. Never gonna happen. I took it like mother Pacquiao, okay?
Some viewers may have been wondering why Rock didn't fight back, but he had an answer for that too.
I got parents. And you know what my parents taught me? Don't fight in front of white people.
The comedy special was filmed at Baltimore's Hippodrome Theater and streamed to a global audience, with Rock keeping viewers waiting for nearly an hour before finally mentioning Smith by name. With this much drama, it's no wonder why Chris Rock is still one of the most talked about comedians in Hollywood. The special stirred up quite the controversy, leaving many viewers with mixed feelings. Some people were thrilled to see the legendary comedian back on stage after years of being absent. Others, however, were left feeling disappointed by his Selective Outrage set. Some social media users took to Twitter to express their frustration, claiming that Rock was just recycling old jokes. This one person went on Twitter to say how the special just wasn't all that special. He tweeted, "Watching Chris Rock comedy special and I am not amused, LMAO." Another person also had their fair share of criticism about the show. They said, "Unpopular opinion, Chris Rock's new special wasn't funny. I will gladly admit his timing was excellent and felt punchy, but it just felt more like a speech than a comedy special." While there were other fans who absolutely lost it. This one person said, "Did I mention that Chris Rock's comedy special is fantastic? Oh yeah, he skewers the hell out of several of the left's sacred cows. It's an incredibly well-crafted routine, much better than Chappelle." Recently, Chris Rock's brother, Tony, spilled the deets on what was going on with Chris and how it affected the whole family. Tony's experience after his little brother's infamous slap is wild.
I'm just in the house eating Cheez-Its,
Right.
like, okay, and my phone starts going crazy. So when my phone starts going crazy, as a black person, you think
Something's going on. Something happened.
somebody's
Yeah.
in something
Yeah.
bad. So now I'm looking at the phone like, damn, am I ready for this phone? And I see my little brother Jordan calls. I'm like, okay, I could at least take some bad news from family. And I answer the phone like, what's up? And he goes, was that real? I'm like, was what real? You didn't see that? Nah, see what?
That's when his brother sent him a link to the video of Chris getting slapped and all the drama surrounding it. Despite the video being all over the internet, Tony didn't actually watch it until it was viral, like a solid half hour after the entire world saw it live. And like any good brother, Tony was pissed and ready for a fight. But was Chris? Nope. The man who literally got slapped in front of millions of people told him to calm down. Like, if someone slapped you, what would you do? Honestly, I know if someone slapped me, I would probably be calling my crew to get some revenge on them. Naturally, the world was quick to judge Tony for his reaction, but he felt completely justified.
How does it not have nothing to do with me? First of all, it got more to do with me than anybody.
Say
I
it.
used to work for the other guy, and the other guy's my sibling. It has more to do with me than anybody.
So he had both a personal and professional relationship with them. I don't blame him for wanting to fight after the whole thing. What do you think of the entire scenario? Comment down below and let us know. And if you like this video, click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to be the first to see my next video. I post updates like this every week, where I uncover the secrets of your favorite celebrities.